everyone, my name is Jack Walterman. I'm the creator of Sophie the Holiday series, and today we're with
Colleen, and I portray Sophie.
Emily Painter, and I played Stella.
And I'm Sarah Walterman, and I portrayed Lucy.
Today we're going to be looking at the 5th episode in Sophie the Holiday series, Valentine's Day Party. We're going to watch it back, we're going to talk about some story time, some reactions, and it's been several years
Yeah, it's been a while
since we've watched this one, so I remember this was your favorite at the time. We'll see if that still is true today.
We'll see.
We'll see. Okay, let's just get right in. Fall back to that breakup.
Hello?
Do you like romantic comedies?
I swear, if this is you, it's not
It
funny.
isn't Archie.
Well, whoever it is, stop calling.
Just over it.
What is this?
Well, we know things with Archie and
My hair.
Oh, the blue hair.
It's so short.
Also, lock your doors.
Yeah, you've been through
She'll
a lot to
never learn.
keep your doors locked. It'll be good for you, I promise.
The chocolate.
She just already sucks. I said, eat the cookies.
You were trouble.
Yeah, that was like, that should have tipped us off immediately. You were up to no good.
This has been so much fun. Thank you for doing this.
Of course. What are friends for?
I love
You just
the Welsh
stared her
bottles,
down.
like, being the wine bottles.
Yes.
It was hard to like set the table up because you had to make sure that the label wasn't at the camera.
Every single time. So as you moved around, we had
We
to
had
like
to move
rotate the
Oh,
bottles.
you were rotating the bottles?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good for you. I did not catch that. I also liked the
See?
slow...
Or grabbing it so you can't see.
We had to do the shots so many times
Yes, we
to
did.
try and get the one shot.
It can be an emotion.
Why am I
It
like?
can be
I
a
can't.
person. It can be
Rip the paper.
whoever or whatever you want relief from. And
This is
then
also, like, very witchy.
put it in the bowl.
The crock pot just vibing on the counter with our meatballs and
Oh my god.
Fun. Witchy, but fun.
So I have like
witchy.
I have way many like my arms don't have nearly as many tattoos as they do now. I'm like, oh my god, they're naked.
A friend of mine actually had a Valentine's party where to come into the party, it was like, oh, hey, like, just write something that you want to get rid of. It was kind of a New Year's resolution, but also mixed with Valentine's Day because it was the first time we were all seeing each other in the new year. So it was get rid of a negative thing that you don't want. So that's what inspired the burning of negativity. But then I thought, okay, that was a good sentiment, but you could twist it in a way that this witch is harnessing all of their negativity
Yeah.
into manifesting a being that would later help her take down Sophie. So
Never
that was
trust a
based
girl
on
over
true
here.
events, I guess. You can say that. Your hair
The
is short.
disclaimer.
Yeah,
at the
my hair
beginning.
is so short.
I feel like your hair's like every time I see you, you have something else.
Yeah, my
Something
hair.
else going on.
Who knows how it's gonna look one day versus the other? Sometimes y'all have really good curls and they're like tight, and then the next day they're like falling. I'm like,
Yeah.
and I dye it like every 3 weeks, so
Yeah.
it's an
That's why we
adventure
film
for all
in
of us.
one day.
Yeah,
So that
yeah.
Emily Sarah's
Yep.
the same.
It's a fun way to express yourself, though.
Yeah,
'cause
it
I'm
is.
like, I don't know what Emily's gonna do, but I love.
And I
to
had
see
perfect hair to be a witch, like dark.
The
with
blue really worked
Mhm.
Yeah,
with
the
you.
blue
Yeah,
works
we're
really
really
well.
well.
We got lucky with that one.
Yeah.
All had our nails done. I noticed that as we were writing like our
Oh,
things
did
down. I was
we?
like, wow, my nails look so nice, but I don't remember why they were done.
I always have mine done. Also,
Yeah, that's right. It can be an
Like
emotion.
they usually do.
I know I used that as like a way to like I was an emotion.
It's like it got like more and more.
I liked it.
aggressive.
Yeah, it kind of like helped with your monologue.
Yeah.
It broke it up. Business, as an actor, having
Yeah.
business helps kind of
Well,
like
and we were
portray.
trying to elongate that section too.
Yeah.
So we were like,
Yes.
what can we add that isn't like obvious beats
Yeah,
Right.
Mhm.
to lengthen this a little bit for the shot?
Well, and I had never acted on film before. That was like the
Oh.
first time I had ever been on a camera.
Oh.
So
I
I
you
was
being
like,
like, I don't know what to do. I'm just gonna say things, and we're like, great.
you were like, your lines are memorized? I was like, yeah, like, you told me to. Like,
I had one job, and that was to show up memorized.
yeah. For high school, I went to a art school, and then I did theater in college too. I had a scholarship for it. On stage acting is much different than on film because you be more subtle on stage, kind of campy and like over the top, but then when you're on film, it's like it catches everything, so you have to be like calmer and like a little bit more subtle with it, so it's totally different.
Good job for stepping up on that one. So Emily and I and Sarah were all working at the same company at the time that this was happening, and we got trained in
Yes.
together. So we were the newbies. We were a month or 2 months into. I think we were just wrapping up training.
It was like a month
in of knowing each other, and I was
Yeah.
like, "Hey, we're making this show. Do you want to be a part of this?" And girl showed up and had her lines memorized. I was like, "Who?" That's when we were like, "Emily's a true friend."
Yep.
It's true.
She came
It's true.
through.
I
And
said
now
I'm gonna...
she's my personal attendant.
Yeah, that's true. I really showed up to this stranger's house. I knew no one, and I was like, okay, here we go.
Ready for girls' night.
Thank you for showing up.
Yeah.
Because in future episodes, we had called upon people that did not show up, and we had to pivot the day of. So watch a future
More on that
episode
later.
yeah, for more of that story. And I know Saint Livred's Gotta Go is like quietly playing underneath all of this in the background.
You can just see how tired I was from like that time of life. Like,
Yeah.
I'm
Oh,
over
I
it.
Do you wanna
remember the
talk
shot. I
about
love
that?
that shot.
I know, I love the fire, but it was kind of dangerous to do.
It
So
was.
a little bit.
We had a bucket of water nearby. We were
We had a
fine.
fire extinguisher. That was
Yep.
a little overkill, but it was there.
It was there.
We were doing it.
Fire safety. No one dies for film.
I was working full time, and I was the trainer when they were being trained in. So I was making sure they knew what was going on for their job. And then I was getting my master's degree in human resources. Every week I had a 6 to 10 page paper I had to write for the classes that I was in. And we always shot on a Saturday, which is usually my homework day. And so Jack would be like, cut, and they would reset the shot, and I'd go and write a paragraph of my paper.
Yep.
And then I would come and I'd run back, do the scene, and then I'd be like, okay, can I have a break? And then I'd go write another page of my paper.
Sarah
and
had
just
her
try to
spot
get
on the
it.
couch at the
Yeah.
townhome for like 3 of these that
Yeah.
she would just run to and be
And then
writing. We're
type
like,
my paper.
girl,
Back
back
to
to
my
the shot.
Yeah.
She was crazy.
Superwoman.
Yes.
We made it through, but it made it harder to memorize my lines because in my head I would start thinking of the paper I was writing, and then
Yeah.
I'm like,
Oh.
no, girls' night paper on fire right now, not HR paper. It was hard, but it was fun and it was worth it. And by episode 5, we kind of got our system down, so it was
Yeah.
a more seamless experience. So it was less stressful because I'm like, okay, I know I'll have 5 minutes while Jack's setting up the camera for the next scene versus the first one that we all made, and I was like, who knows how long this is gonna take. This was like a well-oiled machine.
Because at this point, we did Thanksgiving, Christmas, New Year's, and Valentine. They were all boom, boom, boom. Yeah, so this was definitely like one of the more efficient sets.
Mm-hmm.
And I do love this fire shot.
Yeah, it is a great shot.
Very pretty.
Didn't you have to light the match? Like,
Yeah,
I feel
and
like
I
it took you a
never,
couple
and I had
times.
never lit a match before either, so I was like,
Like, no one was burning.
I was like
making a mess.
panicking.
We're like,
It's
girl.
like my match fiasco in Colette.
Yeah, we gotta get them the
Stop
lighters.
using matches in your horror movies.
But matches are so cinematic.
They're
No.
They
aesthetic.
are, but
Yeah.
like realistically,
They never
how many
work
people
well.
use a match in real life?
Well, and I'm like around all these strangers. I'm like, don't embarrass yourself. Light the match. Like,
At least you're not on screen
Yeah,
lighting the
it's
match,
true.
so you can
Yeah.
be as panicked as you want.
it's true. I was like sweating, but I'm like, it's fine. You got the shot. That's all that matters.
We got it. And speaking of strangers, once again, building community, we have 2 new friends in this episode.
Yeah.
So now we've brought in Stella and Rachel's character, which, fun fact, in real life, Rachel and Cole are actually married.
It's so cute.
It's so cute.
Rachel's my little monkey.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. Big and Little Siblings, a mentorship program where older students matched with a freshman so that they have guidance. And so the Big Little Siblings we were big
Didn't
little
give her a lot of
monkeys.
advice. We just vibed.
But honestly, that's what you need.
So
Though.
senior year, before you leave, we had a ceremony candle rose, so the seniors would pass on the light of artistic work that we were doing, pass it to a freshman. So Cole was my candle that passed on. So
Cute.
that's funny how we.
Are both connected to them.
I love that.
Okay,
We
here we go
loved
with the
college.
burning.
Back to the burning.
A lot of work for 2 seconds, but it's okay.
That's just gum. That's so beautiful, and you can see the writing burn. Oh,
Feeling better? Actually, yes. Good.
Oh, it's overly suggestive.
Good. And I looked at you like up and down. What the hell?
They said, come swing for my team.
Trying to steal her.
oh my gosh. Catherine's character only got two days in the sun.
Poor cat. All
She's
them
so
matches.
excited for this though.
They're all the matches. It's empty now.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
The classic
She's
garage.
like, how drunk do you want me to be?
like so a bottle in.
She's like, okay.
And what I love about this is it was like
Ben.
Ben crouched by my garbage can.
Yeah, speaking of that, okay, so Ben is the physical manifestation of their negativity. And I had a different friend who's 6'7", just a huge dude, and I thought like having just such a huge looming presence would have been really freaky, but that day they couldn't make it, so Ben jumped in.
You're like, Ben's not 6'7", so you just crouch
You
by
just
the
crouch.
garbage
You just
Just in the
crouch.
corner.
With a black
Always
hoodie.
there.
Yes.
Yeah, the black hoodie. Well, that's the best too. I had never met Ben,
Yeah.
and he's just like always in a corner with his black hoodie this whole time while I'm filming, and I'm like, okay, that's like Sarah's partner. That's like, what's going on with this guy?
Actually,
Yeah.
yeah.
I was like, what's going on? And then I come to find out he's like the sweetest dude, but I was like, what's happening with this guy?
He was very much like, I think he was just hiding in the master bedroom, like on his phone.
Yes,
Like,
yes,
he was like, I'm
was.
just gonna be out of the way. Let
Yeah.
me know.
Come get me when you need me to crouch again.
Yeah.
Like,
And each episode, I was slowly trying to tease and use more of your space that you had, your townhome. So I was like, where else can we push the story so that it doesn't feel like we're always in the
Yeah.
living room or the kitchen?
Choose my tiny freaking garage.
We used the
Hey.
garage and it
served its purpose.
It did.
what it needed to do.
expanded her home.
I don't remember. Whose sweatshirt am I wearing?
I like how we just didn't give
I-
Catherine a character name.
Got them.
Oh, yeah.
Why in the garage? She hasn't answered any of my texts.
I'm like smirking.
It's like, boy.
Yeah, subtle.
Right now.
I'm just gonna go check for cars still here.
I love, the humor revealing. Like, anyways, what's going
She's
on?
the whole vibe.
Let's start the movie.
Yeah.
Girl!
I love it. It's a great, like, contrast to what's going on. Ooh.
What was that? Oh, it was the paper towel,
It was
right?
paper towel and fake blood and
A lot of corn syrup
Oh.
and food dye.
this is messy.
I think there was some like other syrups
Like-
mixed in there to get the consistency.
It was so cold that day.
It was
And
so cold.
Catherine's like, yeah, I'll lay on the floor. It's like, put some cardboard boxes below to separate
Something.
her
Yeah,
from the
yeah.
cement because
Yeah.
it just sucks the heat out of people. But she was a trooper. She was like, I'll lay here.
Yeah, she's like, put it all up in my hair. I don't care.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She was so easy go.
Yeah, it's like I
Yeah.
feel like this was the first episode that the entire cast was like, I'm just down to do whatever you
Yep.
need me to do. Like Ben's like, I'll crouch in a corner, and Catherine's like, I'll lay on a cement floor.
Yeah.
And it's like, I'll use a match I've never done. Like,
We were just hanging out. It was great.
Yeah, it was fun.
It's just a fun, smooth day. Everybody was just having a good time.
This shot was like so weird for me as an actor
Oh yeah.
because you were like, you have to be silent. And I was like, nothing in me would be silent
Yeah.
in this instant.
Yeah.
And it was just like, are you sure that's what you want? And you're like,
Yeah.
Yep. And I was like, okay. And obviously it worked out. But like in my
Yeah.
brain, I was like, this feels so like I'm fighting every bit of me because I'm like, I want to scream, I want to shout, I want to
Yeah.
like run, I want to slam the door. Like, anything I would normally do.
Mhm.
Silent's definitely an interesting approach because it's almost like she's covering up the fact that her friend is dying versus like trying. I mean, there's nothing she can do, clearly, but like
Yeah.
she's not trying to get the other friends or like call the cops. She's just like, oh, my friend's dying, but I'll internalize that.
The shock of it. It is so funny how different people. I mean, it's like one of those things where you don't know. I would run. I would be gone.
Yeah.
Yeah, true.
Yeah, so
Well, I'd
just
scream.
Yeah,
I feel like
I
I'd be
would
like,
scream.
what the hell am I
I
looking
feel like
at?
it's more of
it is mortifying.
like she has a
Yeah.
lot of internal things going on because anytime she starts to feel comfortable, this happens.
Yes.
And so it was just that other thing where like she's fighting and like probably trying to like connect all the dots
Yeah.
Mhm.
of things, and so she's like, oh right, things were kind of good for a minute.
It's too good to be true in
Yeah.
Sophie's world.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Poor Sophie.
She just wants to be left alone.
She just wants a
Today.
real holiday party.
Yeah.
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 Today she wanted to actually be alone and process her breakup.
Mm-hmm.
And now it's like, okay, we're on another holiday and here it all goes down. Yeah, it is a lot to process.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, how do you live like that? It's really tough.
You don't. Poor Sophie.
She just goes through it. And then yeah.
Yeah, so like the slow back way,
Ugh.
like
Oh, that bloody mess. And then she decides to run. Oh, but I love that. The friends.
Mhm.
She's like, but I care about them. The panic.
Yeah.
did you
actually
mean to
tripping
fall?
up-
Yeah, okay. I just-
And it goes to look for the BB gun, or the gun from the second episode. It's not there.
okay, party's over.
I'm like, party just began.
What's going on?
It's Catherine.
What's with all the
I love that show.
You were ready for Smile before Smile was a thing.
I really was. Oh my god! They stole it from us.
That was so
That is
wow.
so true.
Yeah.
In the background of everything else happening.
Yeah.
It definitely The Shining and having the tilt down
Yeah.
kind of
Mhm.
like that is iconic, but the smile part
Yeah.
felt new. So were we Smile before?
We were Smile before Smile.
They were making their
Let's
short
Get on that, Jack.
I'm gonna run the tapes back and see when the Smile short film was made
Yeah,
and see if it was the same year or not. Yeah, she hasn't been subtle. Like,
Let's not.
Oh my gosh, I remember Rachel.
She was right here.
Did you check to see if her car was still here?
Lucy, you know me.
She's still silent.
Does not help her friend at all.
Sophie, run!
Ugh, so
Freaking
gross.
tiniest entryway on
I know.
the planet.
and all three of us are just trying to. I got the widest lens
shot.
possible
Yep.
just to fit. Ooh.
I like how I opened it so little that you would think you would see the hand reaching through, but you didn't.
So I had to make it all sound effect. Oh, she
Yeah.
got stabbed, but like what stabbed her? Who
Yeah.
stabbed her? Just to keep raising the question. Also, we just didn't have the space down there.
And to be
Right.
very strategic about the speed and all of that. And
Mhm.
we easily could have made that whole movement a lot quicker. We just didn't have the space to
Yeah.
make it look clean enough.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I like how Sophie, once again, even though it is what it is, she's still trying to be like quiet. Like, I feel like at that point I would be screaming. Like,
Right.
I would not be trying to cover up what was happening around me.
There's fight, flight, or freeze.
Freeze.
Yeah, you're
I
like,
Well, she did fight or flight already.
yeah, that's
Mhm.
true.
And now it's two people. It's the first time it's been multiple. And so she's just like, what are you, anywhere we're trying to go? Those are the only two exits out of this
Yeah,
place.
That's true.
I feel
What
like,
are we gonna do?
yeah, where we jump off the balcony. And I feel like this is the first one, if I remember correctly. It's happening to somebody else. I feel like Sophie was fine taking it on herself, but now it's affecting her friends.
Mm-hmm.
Halloween party, it was the masked stranger that was
Yep.
trying to kill her, and then the turkey monster. Then she just kind of like was in a drugged out state for a little bit in Christmas, and then New Year's was just the time loop. So like this is the first time it's an external.
It's it's a whole nother level because it's can no way be in her mind
Yeah,
because it's happening to other people.
yeah.
Right.
Mhm.
Poor girl.
Emily's
Yeah.
not invited anymore.
It's a dark episode.
It is.
I tried to color it like a chocolate covered strawberry. There's like a little bit of reds and dark browns.
Did you try green?
No. I think Ben did.
The
butter
butter
knife.
the panic of it all. I
Yeah,
love
butter
that.
knife.
But that's like a more realistic choice than some horror movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like if that's the
Characters
closest
make.
thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And what were you going to do with this?
Oh, like,
Stay back.
Girl, chill.
You know, these pointy hats
Alluding
really
to the first
are
one.
such a bad look for witches.
Elba.
Not the fade into the darkness! I forgot
That ain't right. That's so good.
You're so ready. You're like, I got it.
I just like walked back.
Like at that point, we already know you're clearly the villain. It's like, where are you going? Like,
Into the darkness. And then I remember that I waited in the back in the room with Ben. So Ben and I are just like on the ground together. And I'm like, I don't know this man.
Entities vibing in the bedroom.
And we like have to be quiet, so I'm just sitting there like alone with Ben.
you can't
And
talk
my
to him and get to know him.
Yeah.
Your thoughts.
Well, I don't have my phone, so Ben's like scrolling, and I'm like, anyway, like, I was just a demon. Like,
I'll be here till further notice.
I did like the shot of you grabbing the phone. I
Yes,
forgot how
that
fun
was
that
fun.
was. Just go quick.
Yeah.
The whip pan, which is like usually more comedy, but
Yeah.
it worked for. Well, again, Sophie is kind of funny.
She's kooky.
Yeah.
It's a kooky show. She fades into the darkness because of the next part. She goes to run, jump scare. Like
Oh,
that.
yeah.
Got her.
That was weird.
I got her.
Got her.
What is that?
It's Ben.
Just your negative emotions manifested. You really should work on your happiness. Have you considered witchcraft?
He said, not today, bitch.
I'm so sassy. Oh, I remember this.
The Ex Machina.
Dollar store decor coming in clutch again.
Look how young Satan is.
So cute.
He's so young.
Who is Zayden?
That's my godson. So it's actually how Ben and I met because we're his godparents. So we met at his baptism.
That's so cute.
We love Zayden. But yeah, no, he just came over to our apartment. Raina's his mom. Okay, I'll bring him over. And then Jack was like, here, just play around for a little bit, Zayden, and filmed him for maybe 3 minutes, just doing random things. And then was like, okay, that's all we need. Raina goes, that was it. He goes, yep. And away they went. Hero of the show.
Ben and Cupid.
The magical world is bigger than we realize. And it's precious.
He's so happy about it.
It's like, I just shot a witch. You owe me.
Sophie.
So, in the script, Lucy
I died.
was supposed to die because Sarah had so much homework that it was like, I can't keep doing the episodes. And then you read the script, and while we were filming,
I
Sarah
don't want to
decided,
die.
yeah, she decided to she changed her mind. She
I
said,
don't want to die.
"Don't kill me off."
I want to die.
That's literally what happened. I was like, I really don't want to die in this episode. I'm having fun now.
So we wrote this ending where she's like, I called 911 with this like stabbed arm. Like,
Yeah. Once again, let's think back. Like, why was that not Sophie's first thought? Like, friend stabbed, probably phone in pocket. Well, I guess she did when she ran
did
upstairs.
try,
Yeah,
She
and then
should've
I
had her
said,
phone on
zoink.
her.
Yeah. She said not today.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
All of you have to write around all of the. Why don't they go out the door? Why don't they have their phone?
Yeah.
You have to like think about all of these modern things with writing horror, and it's like, well, if her phone wasn't on her, she's got to go get it.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Except for now, if it would have been filmed in your real house, you could have been like, Alexa, call 911.
Pretty much.
You're all right. I will be. Are you?
Oh.
hanging out there.
Being really good at that.
It's like not a direct cliffhanger, but it's definitely like,
Mm-hmm.
what's next?
Wait
Yeah.
a minute.
Yeah, what does that mean?
Yeah. We're starting to connect these
Mhm.
episodes a little more.
It probably still is my favorite.
Yeah.
But I haven't watched the other two for a while. The next one is like the kookiest one, so I'm excited for that.
Oh,
For sure.
St. Patrick's is unhinged.
100%.
I wish you were a part of that one because that one was very much unhinged. That's a great way to put
St.
it.
Patrick's Day is a literal fever dream.
Yeah. 4 years ago now.
And that is crazy.
It's interesting to see the through line that we're coming up with
Mm.
and knowing where we're going with it here this next year. It's just fun.
Looking back at these, I'm like, wow, we really pulled these things together with,
Yeah.
with nothing.
Well, I was shocked, like, because when you sent it to us, it was like, okay, here it is. I was thinking it was gonna be some like cheesy YouTube video, and then you sent it, and I was like, this is like an edited like short film.
production.
Like, what just happened? Like, how did I get into this? Like, I was so excited. I remember I was like showing people. I was like, look at, I was at my house.
Oh, that's good.
Did you show your parents?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. My parents are heavily involved in your production.
I'm glad we
By
have
my choice, not theirs.
I mean, it's still my favorite for sure, just because I think it was the most fun to film. Like,
Yeah.
I was having so much fun that day.
was fun.
And I think it's because we added more prop elements. The fake blood was a fun element to bring in. Honestly, I'm like, my favorite part, just because I'm like, you showed up, and I was like, I can't believe she actually showed up. Like, I was banking on you not being there, and we'd have to pivot, and somebody else would have to be your character. And it would have had to have been Rachel, because, like, Catherine and I had already been introduced
Yeah,
in, like,
true.
the universe. Thank God you showed up.
I do like that dynamic though, that it wasn't just one new person and they ended
Yeah.
up being evil. It was like there were a couple,
Yeah.
so it's not obvious.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's true.
Yeah.
Because I feel like it would have kind of been a little bit of a cop out if we were like, let's add in this one person who just happens to be evil.
Yeah, right. That's
Yeah.
true.
Yeah, it was fun to film, and I can't wait to watch the next one.
Well, this is also the first one too that really introduces us to the bigger picture of
Mhm.
Sophie. That's really going
Mm.
to come to a head in the final episode.
Yep.
So it's like just kind of seeing the sprinkles of that is fun.
Yeah, I went from like Halloween party was its own thing, and then we were like, okay, now we start doing the other holidays, which was fun. But even the other holidays were pretty disconnected.
Yep.
They were like their own like standalone day, and this one I agree is like that setup to connecting. Like every episode is
Yeah.
connected to this one.
So now we have that magical element
Yes.
added in.
That we can't just like leave behind.
Yeah.
Yes.
True.
Yeah.
That's where the Kooks, Spooks, and Magic, the Sophie the Holiday series, the magic comes in here. Even though it's always been kind of sprinkled in the other episodes.
It just wasn't as obvious.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's always been the magic.
Yeah.
We just never said it.
Yeah, like Sophie magically overpowering a man who's
A
clearly
6'4"
bigger than you.
Dude, yeah.
Or the magical turkey.
Yeah, the turkey is so iconic, truly.
I love the turkey.
Yeah, it's iconic.
Yeah.
The same 6'4" dude
Yeah.
on a ladder.
To make him even bigger.
You're
I mean,
kinda-
Thanksgiving Day, I just kind of showed up and like Ben did all the lines in that one, I think, because he just said the what the, and then it cut off. So I really didn't do much but hold my.
Big
at the
casserole
yeah,
dish.
yeah.
Yeah,
So at the
big
table, I
casserole.
said something. Christmas, I felt like Christmas wasn't really acting like that. Is just me, like being annoyed that
Well, that's
Sophie's
literally
like
the only
sloppy
instruction
drunk.
he had to give me was like, you're just over her BS.
Yeah.
And you're like, okay.
I got this. So like that one wasn't like pushing the boundaries of for me as an actor, because like that's exactly what I would be like in that situation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And then New Year's Eve was fun because I love playing matchmaker. So I was like, go talk to Archie, but clearly it didn't work at this point. So matchmaking failed. But this one I was definitely challenging because of the element of like getting injured. Like I've never had to be like sad or injured or that kind of emotion for a show that I've been in.
Well, and the fact that you came back to Sophie after
Yeah.
that too,
Yeah.
instead of just like leaving to go take care of yourself,
Yeah.
you chose to come back to her, and that
Yeah.
shows a lot on Lucy's character and their relationship, and it kind of takes their bond, which we see later on, to the next level.
No, definitely harder in that way, because there was just the level of emotion of like being the supportive friend that's sad that her friend is not feeling good about her relationship, and then having fun, like, okay, I'll burn my piece of paper, let's watch a movie. And now, like, I literally almost died. Like, was more of a character arc than the other episodes have had for my character.
Well, I had never really played a villain before. I'm always like the funny best friend is kind of my thing. Yeah. And so it was definitely hard to be like scary, but I was excited for it because I was like, ooh, this will be fun. So I mean that was hard, but yeah, like not being, I mean I am so over the top in this, but it's okay.
It's allowed.
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
like
it is.
kooky
Yeah.
horror, so it's like there has to be that element of like
Not
extra.
realism.
Yeah.
Right, yeah. Like you're pushing the boundary of horror. It's not like straight horror as we know it. So it worked out really, really well, and I think it's a nice way to ease into it.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
And it was like getting used to like how you film things, or like, you know, like in theater you have one shot to do something, right? Like, no, you can like screw up and like do it again. So that was nice. But I remember I was sitting there and be like, don't screw up, don't screw up, don't screw up, like the whole time.
One take wonder.
Yeah, I was like, don't screw up, because Jack doesn't want to refilm this, and he'd be like, okay, we're gonna do it again, and I was like, oh, I have a second chance. It was fun, and it was good. I think that's partially why we have like a good friendship though, is because like we were just thrown into the deep end, and like we just had a lot of fun that day. You know,
We did.
I love that. The show's bringing friends and family together. All right, everybody. Thank you for watching another episode of Behind the Spooks, Kooks, and Magic of Sophie, the holiday series. Bye!